Good morning, salutations, family. Welcome back to the Electric Leaf, where it is my goal to assist you in nourishing your mind, your body, and your chakras. I hope you all are feeling blessed out there. I wanted to come back and talk to you guys again about the slap. It was a very significant message that I received a couple of days ago. I just haven't taken a moment to share it. But this rising, when the first thing on my mind was peer pressure, I said, okay, today's the day. Today's the day. Today is indeed the day. So I don't know if you guys have ever heard that song by Kendrick Lamar called The Art of Peer Pressure, where he's talking about, I never been violent until I'm with the homies. You know, that's one of my favorite songs by Kendrick, but because it's very, it speaks about his experiences with peer pressure. And we've all dealt with peer pressure. It might not have been gang violence and things like that, things of that nature, but we've all had to deal with peer pressure on some level at some point in time in our lives, right? So, peer pressure, it's one of those things that I have noticed so deeply. I find the slap somewhat comical. You know, I apologize. It's not a very popular opinion, but I do feel like it's funny because to me, Chris and Will remind me of my daughter and my niece when they get together. It's just like my niece just be poking and poking and poking at my daughter. And sometimes she'll just keep messing with her. And my daughter is just like, oh my gosh, I'm going to punch her in the face. I'm going to slap her. I'm like, you better not. You better not. And then when my daughter finally just break, like, oh, okay, I'm about to get her back. Me and my sister, we be like, you ain't gonna be, you don't be putting your hands on your niece like that. No, 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 no. We come down on her, you know. But and that's really what I've seen happen in this situation with the slap. We have culturally been calling Will a simp for a long, long time, for whatever reason. Now, I got. I have always known that Will was a different type of energy. That's why I was kind of like, oh, come on, Will, you ain't have to do that. You ain't have to do that, Will. Why'd you do that? Because I've always had so much respect for Will. You know, the movies that some of his works have deeply impacted my thought process. Like One Strange Rock, I love that documentary. Um, Welcome to Earth. Oh, I super love that documentary, especially the one with the girl in the glass bottom kayak. Oh my gosh, I could watch that one repeatedly, and I have. And then my favorite movie by Will is a very unpopular opinion there as well, Hancock. But I love that movie for my own personal reasons, you know. But it was an epic love story, and it reminded me of Twin Flames. So I just always have really, really admired Will, you know. Um, and I also looked at Will as being a member of the spiritual community because he put out so many works that just seemed like it was more geared towards the family, right? So when Will gets up and shows this shadow side of himself, I just thought it was funny because everybody has a shadow side. Don't you ever think they don't. Don't you ever think they don't. That's why I focus so much on shadow work on my channel because I understand that the pendulum swings. You get what I'm saying? I understand that there's duality. I understand that if there's light, there's a shadow. You get what I mean? So that slap didn't surprise me. You know, it shocked me in the moment. Like, was that real? And we still don't really know if it was real. You know what I mean? But I'm going to say this. Um, when your peers start pushing you, because culturally, as the masses, we have been calling Will a simp. We have been talking about how he should have been done slapped the shit out of somebody. Am I correct? Like, that was a message that I had noticed was coming across quite significantly at one point in time. that people were advising Will to slap the shit out of somebody, calling him a simp, all these other things. I mean, it was a very popular opinion. And so when Will finally takes you guys' advice, it was just like, Will! How could you? How dare you, Will? That's just like telling your child, don't let nobody keep on messing with you at school. If you got to, you fight. And then when they do it, then you like, I can't believe you was out there at that schoolhouse showing your behind like that. Not justifying those actions in any way, because I don't think it's right to slap somebody just because you don't like what they saying. Now, me and my family got in this conversation yesterday over our little group chat. I had sent them a message, and it was about a little kid that I think is quite adorable and has a very colorful personality. And my mom and my aunt, who are in the baby boomer generation, they were just like, no, that's cute today, but you need to pop that butt. You need to pop him right in the mouth. Why? Because you don't like what he said? Which me and my family, we might be back to discuss that later. But I was like, I asked the question, just playing devil's advocate, because that's just what I do for myself, even in my meditations. I was like, so you saying it's okay to slap somebody because you don't like what they're saying culturally? Is that what we've learned culturally? Is that what we do? My mom said, interesting. So hopefully we'll be able to come back to you guys and discuss that soon, maybe, hopefully. They said they don't mind. But yeah, so because that's what Will did. He didn't like what was being said, and he slapped somebody. Following the lead of the masses, the popular, what was saying, peer pressure, I feel. And so now we're here. Now I'm here laughing. I have something to giggle about. But I was hoping that Will and Chris were going to be able to make up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like Chris was totally innocent in his approach. I mean, I don't believe that you didn't know that Jada had alopecia, because, well, y'all did quite a few movies together, right? Madagascar, y'all know each other. Anyway, that ain't none of my business, but I am allowed to laugh at what I'm allowed to laugh at. I know it's unpopular, but I'm allowed to. No, I don't agree with violence, but I did think that, and I do feel that the situation was kind of comical. And I was waiting on everybody to say, psych, but it still haven't been said, so maybe it was real. But just based on, like, all the, just based on all of the opinions that I'm seeing go around on these thumbnails, calling Will a simp, a bitch, sickening actions, just everybody is doing that. I'm just like, culturally, my mom brought this to my attention. She was saying, but culturally, we're still being divided. Culturally, we still have to choose, and I don't like that either. I'm not going to choose between one or the other. Just because I'm more familiar with Will's work than I am with Chris's work, I'm still not going to choose between either one of them. They're rich and famous, but that doesn't make them any less human, I still feel that it's something that can be healed, and I'm going to keep my focus on that. And that's why I'm going to keep my humor about it, because hopefully one day it will be funny to more people than just me, In the meantime, it's important when we are experiencing peer pressure, no matter what age we're at, to meditate. Meditate, play it all the way through, like that movie, The Devil's Advocate. It's an old movie, but that was a good movie. It had a great lesson in there. Meditate, think it all the way through. Just don't stop at the point where you think you're going to be accepted, okay? Because acceptance from others should never be more important than you being able to accept yourself. Because at the end of the day, after you make the choice that you make, you're still going to have to be there with you. That's the one person you know you ain't losing across the, throughout the whatever situation or whomever may come or go. You know you still gonna have you. So make sure that you are pleased with what you choose. You know. So anyway, family, I really pray that this message reaches you all in a lighter space. I hope it's not so heavy because it has been heavy. I felt the energies break quite a bit, and then I felt them try to swoop back in. But just keep your mind focused on higher things. Keep your energy focused on unity, not division. We can get through this together. Okay, we can come together and stay united if that's what we so choose. Anyway, family, until next time, continue to vibrate love and vibrate well.